In the hushed embrace of this cemetery, among the silent whispers of history, lies a tale as haunting as the wind that rustles through the trees. It's a story etched in blood and sorrow of a man whose life became a tapestry woven with the threads of an infamous feud that gripped the Wild West. In the quiet serenity of this cemetery lies the final resting place of Edwin Tewksbury, a man whose life was entangled in one of the most famous feuds of the Wild West. If you're liking this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and while you're at it, hit the subscribe button. Now, back to our show. It all began in the 1870s, a decade-long feud between the cattle-herding Grahams and the sheep-herding Tewksburys. Both families worked for rancher James Stinson. Accusations of cattle theft led to a deal struck with the Grahams, but when the Tewksburys were acquitted, tensions soared. Frank Tewksbury's death intensified the animosity. Tragically, he never made it back home from the courthouse that day, succumbing to pneumonia on the journey. Violence escalated, claiming lives from both families and drawing in outsiders, including figures like Tom Horn and law enforcement officers Sheriff James Houck and Sheriff Commodore Perry Owens. In the end, only two remained. On August 2, 1892, Tom Graham was fatally shot in Tempe, Arizona. Before his death, he accused Ed Tewksbury of pulling the trigger. Ed Tewksbury faced trial twice, his life hanging in the balance. During one of these trials, the tension reached a breaking point. Tom Graham's widow, Annie, overcome with grief and anger, attempted to take matters into her own hands. In a desperate act, she pulled a revolver from her dress, aiming it at Edwin, seeking her own form of justice. The courtroom fell into chaos as she struggled to get off a shot, but fate intervened as the gun caught on her dress material. Authorities swiftly subdued her, preventing a tragedy within the halls of justice. Despite the odds, Ed Tewksbury was acquitted and retired to Globe, Arizona, where he spent his remaining days, the last man standing in the Pleasant Valley War. And so, the echoes of the Pleasant Valley War fade away, leaving behind a legacy of conflict and resilience, remembered here in the silence of this cemetery. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Miss Kitty's Wild West Adventures. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Miss Kitty's Wild West Adventures. And in the meantime, I'll catch you on down the trail.